Well, good morning. Good morning, young ladies. Dalila, Sharifa, Aisha. I was glad that you all came by last night. We can't tell you how much it meant to me and my queen. Uh, you all really resonated with us. We had a nice discussion and love discussion after you all left because we felt love in that room. It entered the room, even though when you came, you brought a whole different energy. But before you left, we just felt so much love being generated, and I appreciate it. And I wanted to tell your sister Erica, I would love for her to come too. I'd love to know her and for her to be part of what we're trying, what we're starting out with. You all coming over and reaching out to me, I like for Erica to be included in that. If she was, she's always welcome. There's no reason for her not to come. I just want to put that out there. But I also want to start your day off with something positive, love. And I love what you all brought to our house yesterday. Thank you for coming. And something that took place that you all not aware of, when you came, you opened up a corridor for my nephew to come, and the universe aligned that. And I know it wasn't no coincidence because when he came and him and I we retreated, it was a whole lot of good that took place. I won't go into details, but it really was a lot of good, and that love was even increased, you know, in there with what was going on with me and my family. And thank you all for that. But I want to also say something to add something for you all to think about. Uh, I believe in our ancestors. I believe in the ways that our ancestors taught us was the original and the right way to be. The world, when they was in control, was at peace and in balance, and that love energy was the rule and the order of the day. And they had some valuable lessons that we can learn from. And one of those lessons was how we create our reality and the healing messages that love brings with it, and to vibrate at a very low level. In that low level, when you vibrate at that low level, you are experiencing hatred, revenge, um, you know, um, evil, and corruption. All that is on that low vibrational level. And when you engage in that kind of thought process and behavior, what you do is you generate that energy and you participate on that very low level. And at that low level, what you putting out there is that hatred. Yeah, he did this to me. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get back and do this to them. And you made me feel this. I'm gonna make you feel that. And I'm gonna even take it a step further. And and the energy goes down, down, down to that lowest, deepest level that no one should have to participate in. And then evil is the rule in the order of that vibration. But when you reverse that, in spite of that evil that's being done to you, and you generate a higher frequency, vibrational level, it raises you up. It raises you up where that you can become an observer. You remove yourself from those attachments of emotion and hatred and revenge, and then you just observe. And when you get to that high level and vibrate, then a whole new um, experience, or I guess, starts to take place where you open up to the universal knowledge, and the messages start coming in. I mean, really, when you get there, it's a beautiful place to be because you get that universal knowledge that pours into your spirit, and then you start not only loving, but understanding why you love and why you love these people that are doing these things to you, that what they're trapped into, and what motivates them because they become they try to victimize people that have victimized them. So they're participating in being victim and victimizer at the same time, as opposed to appreciating the good in a person. Because a lot of people have done me wrong, but you can find that bad in anything you look at, anybody you look at. You can see something bad, but you can also see something good. And those people that have done me the worst, I can see good in them. And when I resonate and embrace that good in them, and I use that as a motivating force to relate to this person, then good happens because you start generating all that good energy. And when that good energy goes out and it creates this environment, it opens up portholes, then that good energy comes back. And you'll look up and you'll say, wow, my circumstances, these blessings are pouring into me. And I know you're doing this. You're doing this. Nothing outside of you is putting that reality in existence around you because of the energy you're generating. When you find people that are argumentative, and, and angry, those people that vibrate on a high level is repelled from that. They move away from that. But what's attracted, those people that share that same energy, they come closer to that anger, that hostility, and they generate and they increase, and that's what they attract. And then you look and see what all these negative things are happening in your life because all this negative energy is becoming part of your world because that's what you put out there and that's what you attract. So with that understanding, it behooves you to let all that anger go, Darlila, Sharifa. I didn't sense as much of that anger in you, Aisha, but if it's there, let it go and replace that energy with healing. Because not only are you healing yourself, you're healing that person that means you no good. Because when they realize and they see, in spite of, and that's what my queen and I practice, we still be right by people, even though they're not right by us. And at some point that resonates. The more they do to you and the less reaction you have to that evil, it really throws them off their square. I'll give you an example. I was in the Navy and I was a good sailor, but I had this racist white second in command, and he was determined to tear me apart. And I had had my first real encounter with spirituality at the age of 19 in the Navy, which opened up a whole new way of viewing the world and changed my whole life trajectory to where I am now. And I was doing maintenance on our antenna. I was a radioman. That was odd for a young boy back then to be in that craft, being in the Navy, because I showed such skill and I did so well on the test. They sent me to Radioman A school and I did well, so they put me on a ship and put me in the radio room. And well, the second class, he came to me and I had tagged the work I was doing because there's switches inside the Radio Shack that activates the antenna that was on the top level, communication antenna, big, huge, powerful antenna. You have to deactivate it if you're going to do maintenance on it. Otherwise, you could die because it's fully charged. So I put all the necessary signs up there, switched it off, went up there and did my work, came back. This one guy named Patillo, he was a Italian sailor, and he went and he removed those tags thinking that someone had mistakenly done it because he didn't see anywhere where maintenance was going to be scheduled for that day, so he removed the tags. When my second class came and saw those tags removed when I was up there, he went totally off on me. He did everything he could. He got in my face, and he went off on me, telling me I wasn't following procedure, and he just wanted to write me up and, all this. He wanted to do horrible things to me. But because I've had that spiritual encounter, I removed myself from those attacks. And I sat back calm and observed him. And the more he attacked me, the calmer I got. And it made him angrier and angrier that he couldn't move me. He couldn't get me to receive his anger and give it back. That's what he was hoping for, so that we could go down that downward spiral. He insulted me, I insult him, and we just go at it, get bitter. But instead, I remained calm, and I had a calm demeanor. And it really, really messed him up his square. And after he finished, trying to, get me off my square and insulted me, he looked at me and just shook his head. He just didn't know why I wasn't responding. And he walked away, like energy. He had lost, his breath was taken away. He just seemed so deflated. And then he later found out that it wasn't me, it was Pacillo that had done that. He wasn't man enough to come and apologize to me. But after that point, at that time, he couldn't look me in the face. He couldn't even hold his head up when he passed me by. And I knew that he felt something that he wasn't ready to let go or to understand and appreciate that I didn't give to him what he gave to me. So there's power. I'm telling you, sisters, I know what I'm talking about. I'm 70 years old next month. I know what I'm talking about. There's power in love. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. And not just to say it with, just empty platitudes and just meaningless, just to say love, but to embrace it, to experience it, to share it, to give it, to generate it. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful life that you create for yourselves. And all the love that my wife and I have been experiencing from people some of the people we don't even know or didn't know is as a result of us embracing that whole concept of love and embracing it and let it become part of us and part of our life and what we give back to the world. So, sisters, think about that with this situation you all are going through now. There is good in Pam. You just got to look for it. It's there. And put yourself in her place and see what is it that she's doing that make her so empty that she has to behave this way. And have some compassion. And I would say the same to Pam. You know, have love and find good in you all because there's good there. I saw it last night and I appreciate it and I want more of it. I want you all to be part of our lives. Um, when we met Dalila, it's funny that she's like a daughter to me. We call her our bonus daughter. Matter of fact, me and Jabari, we had a very heated debate about who was going to walk her down the aisle when she married Jamal. I was insisting that I was better qualified because she was my child. And you know that didn't go nowhere. But that being said, I just want you all to know I feel the same way about you all because of the way I feel about your father. You know, he's a worthy man and he's better than that. He's better than this bickering that's going on in his name. You know, I wouldn't want that to be the case with me, with my legacy, to bicker in my name. And in honor of him, let all that go. And as hard as it is to do, to reach out. You know, what Sean is doing is the right thing. Reach out and say to yourself that regardless of what's going on around me and what's happening, I'm not going to participate in that low vibration. I want to embrace the higher level of understanding and divinity, which brings love and unity. So that's my message to you, sisters. And thank you again. And thank you for hearing me out. You know, some people say I can long-winded. That's what my wife and my daughter say. But I do this not because of me. I get inspired. I wake up in the middle of the night and I get messages that come to me. And I know it ain't my thinking. It ain't me. I'm not no brilliant man. And these be some powerful, profound thoughts that I have to get up, write them down, share them, wake my wife up, share them, and get it out there because there's not as much good in the world as should be. So be that good, be that porthole to let that good come through you. Let it enter the world because what's happening in our streets now with our youth is horrific. And let's not become part of that culture and demonstrate a higher way of living and behaving toward one another by the example we set as their elders, as I feel as I'm your elder. And I wouldn't want to reduce myself down to that low vibration where you wouldn't have any respect for me because you see me behaving in an uncivilized, unhumanitarian way. We're better than that. And I love you all. You all go on and have a good day. And keep coming around and reach out. And I love you. And I love what you said, Aisha. Thank you so much for those kind words. You all take care.